What's up, guys? This is the Philosophical Doomer, aka Luclinia, and today what I wanted to talk about is anti-Natalism and what I think about it. My perspective on anti-Natalism. What I think about anti-Natalism is I'm kind of like a cherry picker when it comes to like anti-Natalism. So like I do not have like the sole belief that like everybody should just stop having fucking kids or whatever like that. I don't believe in that. I think that's bullshit. I do believe people with bad genetics, like shit genetics. I don't think people with shit genetics should reproduce. I honestly don't. Like if you have like terrible genetics, I don't think you should. I don't think you should reproduce. I don't think that's a good idea. The offspring you bring into this world, they're gonna live a really, really, really hard life. And that offspring, a lot of them found themselves in, the same positions we're in right now. Life is going to be pretty much hard for them or whatever like that. They're going to be ostracized. They're going to be outcast. You already know the whole deal. You know what I'm saying? So on anti-Natalism, that's what I believe. I'm pretty much like a cherry picker. I don't like if you have like all right genetics, or like if you have good genetics, I think you should reproduce. I honestly think you should reproduce. I think people with, like I said before, people with bad genetics, I think they shouldn't reproduce. But I think the philosophy of like, oh, like, what I'm saying, people shouldn't reproduce or whatever like that. I think that's just kind of like stupid. Like I do. I think it's kind of like stupid because it's kind of like even though, like, I mean, you can say life is pointless or whatever like that. You could be like nihilistic about it or whatever like that. But I mean, we're still. How can I put this? Like, just because life is meaningless, that doesn't mean you can't give it your own meaning. And that's pretty much what humans have done, over the centuries. Like, we pretty much gave life our own meaning, what I'm saying, by creating all these different fucking social constructs and shit like that, and civilization itself. What I'm saying? We gave life its own meaning. What I'm saying? And for one is survival. What I'm saying? The survival of our species. What I'm saying? Of the human race. So, what I'm saying? I don't think people should just stop fucking producing. Like, no. Like, if you have alright genetics, like, you're fine. You should reproduce. Or if you have good genetics, you should reproduce as if you ain't got shitty genetics. What I'm saying? I'm talking like ancient Greek, fucking Spartan style. What I'm saying? Where if you, like, have some type of, like, deformity, they throwing your ass off a cliff or something like that. And, to come to think about it, like, a lot of the stuff they were like talking about, like back in ancient Greece, like with the Spartans and stuff like that, they were like when they talk about like becoming a full human being, like you need this, like you need this and you need this and you need that. I mean, this kind of like touches back on the video I made yesterday. What I'm saying? Dealing with lemonade, what life gives you. But the ancient Greeks, they touched on a lot of that, on like what do you need to be a complete human being. And and some people, they're just in a bad way where so it doesn't matter what they do, they can never be a complete human being. And what the ancient Greeks did, not just what the ancient Greeks did, but what a lot of people in the past did, they if you couldn't make it, or they thought you couldn't make it, they would leave you behind, or they would leave you out in the wilderness. You would die. What I'm saying? People like us, we didn't live too long. And I was watching another video from another black pillar, and he was pretty much saying the same thing. He was pretty much saying that like we're not like back then, back in the like during a crueler time, people like us, we didn't live too long. We died early, and he was saying that the reason why we're so depressed is because we're not supposed to live that long, which is, it kind of makes sense, but it it kind of makes sense, and I don't think he's too far off or whatever like that. But I think the people around, I think like for people like us in this position, the people around us make it worse because it's like they want us to be miserable. Like a lot of people look at me and they be like, "Oh yeah, he's miserable," and the reality is like I'm not miserable. Like I'm not miserable. I am resentful. You know what I'm saying? I'm resentful because I was bullied, I was ridiculed. You know what I'm saying? My entire life, and I am dissatisfied with the way my life is now. I'm very dissatisfied with it. Like when I was 18, I had like major ambitions. I wanted to jump into real estate. I wanted to own my own real estate company. I wanted to do this. I wanted to do that. And I'm just kind of dissatisfied with the way my life is. So I am resentful and I am dissatisfied, but I'm not miserable. You know what I'm saying? Misery is like when you don't want nobody else to be happy because you're not happy. And that's just not the case with me. I'm indifferent to somebody else's like happiness. If you're happy, great for you. You know what I'm saying? If you're not happy, I'm not wishing that on you. You know what I'm saying? But that's pretty much my thoughts on anti-natalism.